I already ate a lot of it.
I'm getting more right now, so I'll hook it up, dude.
Sure, this is a terrible idea, but let's do it
anyway. Craig, I've played a lot of video games with you, and in only one, in multiple, do you say, hey, watch this cool thing I'm about to do, followed by the oh no's. This is the only game that you say, man, this is going to be really bad, and then it just works out just fine every time.
All right,
what is this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, hey guys, check out this cool thing. Oh no.
I made the mistake of starting Shadow of War last night because I don't really need to be starting another game.
Right. I feel that.
It's fun.
As someone who put Madden into my system and then went, what am I doing?
Madden's been really great for me to go back to every once in a while and be like, all right, time to play another game in this imaginary Falcon season.
Where it's a little bit.
They're currently, I'm breaking the game's ability to, like, because they have their, like, fake sports Twitter.
Right.
But, they don't know how to, like, my stats work.
Mm-hmm.
They're talking about how I have, like, a struggling offense because my yardage isn't very good because I'm always playing on a short field. Because I'm at week 9 and I haven't given up any points yet. So I'm like averaging. I'm putting up like 40 points a game, but it's like struggling offense because they have like they're like 29th in the league in yardage. It's like yeah, fine, but I'm also destroying every single field.
It's because the kickoff.
Well, it's the punt return.
Yeah.
You
just have some
short fields.
How many safeties would you say you've picked up so far this season?
Maybe one. I'm normally just like 3 and outing repeatedly.
Okay.
Not Adrian Claiborne. Oh fuck, what's his name? Courtney Upshaw is going to break the league sack record by halfway through the season. He's just crushing him and Brady Jarrett has a bunch of them as well. I just play the line, and then if they are lucky enough to get to throw, I switch to a corner.
Who are your corners? I forget.
Ricardo Allen. Is he a corner? The bad thing is that I always mix up the corners and the safeties.
Right.
Oh wow, that's really good.
Yeah, that's very good.
They have Ricardo Allen. They have something cool. I can never remember his first name. Their safety's True, who is currently
that I know.
Call, which is sad, but whatever. Sure, why not? But yeah, like their pass defense is okay. I mean, they're not rated super high generally in that game, with the exception of Julio Jones, who's rated 99.
Of course he is. See, he must be tied for highest rated wide receiver.
The highest rated wide receiver in the game, given you can't beat 99.
I can think of probably 3 people who has that. I can probably think of 3 people who has that.
Yeah. Why not?
Him, Brown, and OPJ might have that 99.
I'd be surprised if Odell does, but that would make sense. He should just have like 150.
He's actually like crazy good in the game.
I mean, Odell is a good football player, as much as we don't like him.
He's just really, really good at catching the ball. He can make any catch.
And next season, he's going to have the wonders of fucking Geno Smith throwing to him.
By that point, it'll probably be somebody else.
No, they drafted a rookie this year.
By next year, maybe it'll be that guy.
Maybe.
Once McAdoo is gone.
I'm not sure if they are going to get rid of McAdoo at this point. I think
that'll sure make him better.
I mean, yeah, but man,
I was being really, really sarcastic. That team fucking sucks, and it's gonna suck for a while, and they deserve it because fuck them. Anyway, I don't even. It's honestly Eli's fucking fault that I don't even like the Giants. So whatever.
Now that he's been benched.
I guess I don't care. The Giants caught up with everybody else on the Eli is overrated train.
And yet he will still make the Hall of Fame.
And their offensive line blew.
I mean, that's just
blew. And so it highlighted how bad he actually became.
He fucking sucked entirely. It wasn't his fault.
I mean, Joe Flacco was putting on a clinic for how to be both a bad quarterback and have a dismal line. So, and he didn't get benched.
He would have at some point. But he ended up, beating his team to the punch.
Flacco?
Getting profoundly hurt, didn't he?
No, Flacco's still playing this season.
Oh, I thought he got mad hurt.
Nope.
Kiko Alonso took a cheap shot on him and hit him in the head.
I do remember that.
I only remember the game, him being taken out of a game, and then his team doing way better without him or something.
I mean, that did happen, and then he was fine.
He was out for only like 2 weeks or something.
But hey,
But Alonso is a piece of shit.
Of all piece of shit inside linebackers, Kiko Alonso is not even in the top 10.
Dude, yeah, he is. He's real bad.
In a league with fucking Vontez Perfect and Ndamukong Suh, both who exist, no.
That's who was a lineman.
Is Sue a lineman? I thought he was a linebacker.
He was like a DM.
He's a lineman.
Oh, he's a lineman? All right, I apologize.
Whatever. He's still a noted piece of shit.
Yes, he is.
That part's true.
The biggest scumbags on the same fucking team.
The Bengals.
Probably more.
Between Perfect and fucking Pac-Man Jones.
That's bad, too. You like that?
It was just too much. And the plating wasn't right.
Plating. Oh, you're playing Battle Chef Brigade. I thought you were talking to your husband about your dinner.
I was talking to my husband. The plating was wrong. It fucked up the dish.
I thought you were talking to him about your dinner.
What?
I'm sure Brigade is super fucking good.
I thought you were talking to him about your dinner, and I was supposed to be like,
No.
Jesus.
What?
She is.
Oh. Oh.
Ask for that plate. Don't give me that shit. That's
I
all
didn't
gotta
know.
say.
I didn't see it. You knew.
I told you.
No.
I was giving you the benefit of the doubt, saying you were talking about Battle Chef Brigade.
And I knew it.
You didn't tell me that. Nope.
I asked you what plate you wanted.
Yeah, I told you what plate I want, but you didn't tell me that they were both soupy.
I'm gonna fucking die.
We watch a lot of Chopped in this home.
Ellen Daniels. What Battle Chef is such a good
I put it on the plate. I knew I should have gone a different plate.
There also wasn't enough earth in it.
Yeah, but you fucking asked me for that goddamn plate.
I didn't know.
It's not up to the eater to know what they're eating, Ryan.
Vive La Brigade.
Judges.
All right, cool. D&D Beyond does have the dumb monster I need for this evening.
Oh boy.
Battle Chef Brigade is great, though. I think I'm at the final boss, and it's like,
What the fuck just happened?
You just got a lot of hurt.
I just literally walked into this boss fight and then it ended. I didn't even think I attacked it. Alright, cool.
Did you walk into it hard enough that it exploded?
Do I want to try and fight the hard boss? Yes, I do.
Yes, you do, because you're showing off because people are watching.
No, I'm actually going to probably die. Like, even if it's just has an insane amount of health and it takes forever.
Yeah, and you really don't have that much health in this room.
I don't know. What is this?
The fuck was that?
It was a rune.
Oh.
None of this is useful.
Literally none of this is useful. Wow.
Oh my god.
Ghost baby.
That's better than nothing.
girl buddy.
Oh, that's sort of useful. Alright, whoops. Now, whatever.
Oh well.
This, none of that's useful, but whatever. Unless... Nope. Alright, well, fine enough.
Alright, Hush.
Hush starts like every other boss and has low health here. But I can't see its attacks through my own.
Overwhelming force.
The ultimate Isaac first world problem. Oh god, I can't see his attacks because mine are too big.
That's the problem. Time for this to become like some actual target shit.
You're doing decent damage to him.
Oh yeah, like he has like that's one of the reasons why I bought the stupid robot thing. Is you can actually see his like the damage numbers and stuff, and found out this guy has like 15,000 life or something, or way more than that. Like he has so much. Him and Delirium, who are the last two like bosses of Isaac, have just an insane amount of health. Though I guess I do have like, a lot of damage in this build, so maybe it'll actually work out.
Craig, are you playing on the Switch?
I'm just playing on Steam. I have a lot of time in my Switch version, but I'm just on the Steam version right now. It's just running on the computer that I'm.
I feel like Binding of Isaac is my Stardew Valley.
It is far and away the most game on my Switch, just because, and I don't know, I like it a lot. It's a good like portable thing. So
yeah.
Emily, could you just say the name of this video game some more?
Why?
Just,
what am I saying funny?
I've never seen or heard someone pronounce that name like that.
Isaac?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Hey, oh boy, here comes fun.
You kept saying Isaac. Like you were standing upon a rock and proclaiming yourself.
Oh. I pronounce things weird, I know.
I mean, we all do it. We're all from the same damn town.
I know.
Well, I'm not.
Quiet you. Alright, we're probably not going to get to this big boss fight tonight, which is fine. So we could save that for next week when I'm probably feeling more 100%. We will just get you guys to the gates. Also, Emily.
Yeah.
So I ran a Dread game for these two, plus Morgan and JMD during Actual Life.
Oh, yeah.
Man, do I want to run a game of that with you in it. You will be so uncomfortable so fast.
Yeah, it's a lot. Oh boy.
It is a horror movie RPG, essentially.
A what RPG?
A horror movie.
Oh, God.
But instead of rolling dice or anything like that, all of your consequences, decisions less, but like consequences, are decided by pulls on a Jenga tower.
Oh my God. That makes me so nervous.
What happens if it falls?
You die.
Ooh.
Promptly and immediately. Maybe.
Don't fuck it up.
We only had one person die in our session. And they chose it. Oh, Pearl, you got your t-shirt on?
A sweatshirt.
Oh, sweatshirt.
Look, it's got a hood.
It's got a hood.
Show them the
Does
hood.
have a hood.
Hood. Yeah.
Oh, doofus.
A good butt. A good butt. Thank you.
So I've been seeing a lot of ads for that put a gem over your cat's butthole thing.
I see that all the time too. I have no idea why.
You heard me.
It's like
Greg.
like a bedazzle for your cat's butt so that you don't have to see its butthole.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What's going on?
It's like a little ring that you put on the base of their tail, so it just hangs over it.
It goes over their tail and hangs.
Everyone.
Oh,
It's still
it's weird.
weird. Yeah, it's weird, but I don't think it's inside their butt.
No, it is
They're
not
around
inside
here.
their
We'll have a
butt.
discussion about. Listen, this is a bit much.
But I do have a question about this thing.
Yeah.
Why would you attract attention to your cat's butt?
Yeah, right?
Just like people know cats. People know cat buttholes exist. You just don't look.
My mom still has such a hard time with the fact that Pearl doesn't have hair covering her genitals. Well, I mean, she does, obviously, but not like all the dogs that we've owned are so fluffy you can't see
Yeah.
it.
She doesn't
But,
have...
Pearl, obviously, you can see everything because her hair's so short.
Right.
All the time. My mom is like, what's that black thing? Her vagina, Mom.
It's the dog's vagina.
Right there, and it's, yep, the flaps of her vagina, Mom. I don't know why. Every single time. You can't help it, Papa.
And she licks it clean.
Yes, God. She is gross about that.
Oh, yeah. Lick it clean and then lick your face. Oh, yeah. Mm. Is this the boss rush, correct?
Delirium.
Oh, this is Delirium.
This is like what the wiki calls the final boss of the Isaac series, and it's basically just has some of its own shit, but just randomly transforms into every boss in the game.
That sounds like fun.
While also spinning these novas of bullets at you.
Mm-hmm.
And it changes more rapidly as it gets closer to dying.
Oh, I just noticed that you have no health.
I have a question mark on my health, which is a curse, which means I don't actually know how much health I have.
Right.
Which is extremely frustrating, but also freeing in a way. It's like, oh, well, I don't know when I'm going to die, so I might as well just go all out.
Eventually you will, but that is all.
At some point I'll just be like, well, I'm dead.
Life lessons from video games.
You also are taking double damage by this point in the game. Yeah, I'm dead.
Yep, there it is.
Okay. What? Yay.
The whole shebang.
Oh, stop. Still not even ready yet.
Oh, right. Ryan.
Oh, he went to walk, Pearl.
Okay.
What?
I'll ask him in a bit.
I'll be back in 2 minutes.
That was so long. Jesus hell.
What?
I just saw that there's nothing you would be interested in, Emily.
Okay.
But I just saw a wrestling move that a person took last night, and good lord, someone needs to give this kid classes. Jason, I'm going to send this to you because I assume Craig has already seen it.
Sure.
What was it from?
It's the sing getting calloused.
Oh yeah, that's bad.
Like that my last message to you, Jason, is just dread in all caps.
That's all that need to be said.
Like, hey, do your shit.
Oh, I'm glad that Geese has fucked up inputs in Tekken like he's supposed to.
Oh, really?
He has Raging Storm is down back, half circle back, down forward, 1-2.
No, thank you.
That's an SNK.
I'm okay. I was considering playing Geese.
I mean, you also will not necessarily need to use Raging Storm very often. It's not even the only use of his move, or his super. He has 3 super special moves.
Fair.
He has Regular Rapukin, which is his super fireball, which is just a double fireball. Then he has the Raging Storm, which is the thing that you think it is. It's the
right. It's the power geyser that he does.
It's more vertical, but yes, it's the same thing that his son does.
Yeah.
And then there's another move that I actually don't know what is. It's just 1-2-1-2.
I saw that one in the trailer today. It's just it's a Dudley style punch combination.
Yeah, just the Rambu super, and
yeah,
good stuff.
So yeah, how's that bump for you there, Jason?
It's about what I expect from SmackDown.
Yikes.
Woof is the term I'd use to describe that.
Man, if he continues doing shit like that, he is just going to die. And it won't even be the other person's fault.
Oh my god.
Alright, if they don't get here soon, we might have to just delay this to next week.
Yeah, what's up?
And well, Morgan said he was.
Yeah, Morgan. So Morgan just said I'd be there soon. Like a half hour ago.
Well, he said it put a message saying he'd be at 9.
You said 9.
Oh, speaking of which, there she is.
Oh, sorry. My mother called me, and I had to talk to her for a few minutes. How's everybody?
Food.
Certainly the week after Thanksgiving.
I have good news.
Did you get hired for that bakery full time?
I don't know if it's full time, but yes, I will find out more soon.
Great news.
Yeah.
Hey, when can you start?
Saturday.
Nice.
Yeah,
But I'm
man.
regardless, so that's good.
Cool.
Also, you should send me your address because I'm buying you like presents and stuff for the holidays, and I need to know where to ship them to.
Okay, I will send that to you.
Much appreciated.
I don't know what to buy you because like everything that I see that I want to get you, it's like he sees this in GameStop too. Like I don't know if he actually wants this then.
Oh boy. All right. Well, I'm gonna send Frank a message because
That's
see
Frank
where he
answered
is.
at all. Sometimes he does.
Yeah, he said he was good for Wednesday. This was a couple days ago, of course.
By the way, Craig,
Yes.
good shout on the Divinity Original Sin game, because Dom and I have been playing that, and after it took us several times to figure out what we were doing, we are actually having a good time with it.
Yeah,
Oh my
Divinity
God.
is a game that is it's very or relatively easy to start with a build that will fuck you over.
Yeah.
But as long as once you
It took
do
us a
something
while
you're
to
comfortable
figure out
with-
where stuff was.
Yeah.
Because we would have sessions where we would play for like 2 hours and get mostly nothing done other than fighting, and we kept losing a lot until we found party members, which was cool.
Yeah, once you get like a party situation figured out that you enjoy, there's really nothing quite like it. There's a lot of just the options that Divinity lets you do in combat are a delight. Like, using the environment to your advantage and that kind of stuff. It's really sick.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a sequel once we're done with that, so there you go.
There was
Divinity 2, Sin
The
Heart.
original Sin 2.
Divinity 2 Sin Heart.
I haven't beaten Divinity 1 yet.
I mean, that game is also like forever long.
Yeah.
It's fun though. It's kind of nice just to be able to play it for a few minutes,
Ryan
or
would
a
play
few
it.
hours.
Too hard for me. I
You can't
can't take that.
He can't take all the packs.
Yeah, and we didn't know what was going on at first, and I can't sit through that. I can't do it.
No. Honestly, like we had kind of the same problem because we kept getting our asses handed to us every single fight.
Oh,
But we found people who could come with us, including a healer. And we found there was this one skill that if you get regenerated, if you get regenerated, it only gives you like a little bit of health. But if you take the skill, I forget what it's called, but like it gives you full health if you regenerate, which was much better once we learned like how the combat worked and stuff. And apparently, this is like the old game, like old fantasy games where you got to talk to every fucking NPC in the world.
stop.
Carly,
Just licking me nonstop.
baby, stop that.
Did not stop. The lick monster is you.
Ah, okay.
Does she have like a Star Wars jacket on?
Yes. Hoodie.
It has a hood.
It does.
Yeah.
The fourth person for the number one contendership has been revealed.
Oh, what a cute doggo.
I didn't think Pearl could get cuter.
Alistair Black defeated Adam Cole, baby.
Oh wow.
She doesn't super love the hood, but she tolerates
Yeah.
it.
She's also got like a vintage shirt with like the original covers on it,
Mhm.
All right. I haven't heard from Frank, and oh, he's at the Bruins game. Okay, that makes sense.
I thought he said he was available for this
Yeah, I also thought so
I
too.
think Bruins games just come up sometimes.
Yeah, especially at his work.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Huh?
What does it work?
Sometimes plans just come together.
Yeah, I forget the name of the company he works for. But it's pretty high-end tech stuff in downtown Boston.
And they
Oh,
give
Oh, he's in Boston.
I mean, he lives in
The suburb.
a place a distance away. Can't remember the name, but I'll remember it eventually. Weymouth. Weymouth.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
I've never been there, but I know.
Weymouth.
Yeah. He once saw a man get shot outside his window. So,
Yep.
Not surprised.
also, before we begin, do you all see that Yugoslavian war criminal who killed himself with poison?
Nope. In the courtroom.
In the courtroom, after getting told he was guilty, he just pulled it out from his pocket, chugged it, looked at the judge, went, "I just drank poison," and then dropped dead.
There you go.
I saw this news story earlier today. I was like, whoa, that's crazy. Like, what wild shit. And then I checked Instagram and was then suddenly reminded in a flash that a friend of mine is currently working for the Geneva International Court in Geneva and was totally there.
Ooh, that's
Crazy.
Whoa.
man,
Jason, by the way,
I happened to be in that room.
that's for you.
Oh, Xanathars.
It's
Oh,
much
thank
easier than he asked me if I had a scanner and could scan on.
Oh, because you need to go through your new class stuff.
And then I decided, how about I don't do that?
Yeah.
How about I instead torrent Xanathar's guide to everything and get
Craig,
it?
you're an amazing madman.
I just don't feel like figuring out how the scanner works. So instead,
Which, Jason, we'll take some time over the next week before we play next to, like,
That's fine.
to firmly flesh out what's changing.
Yeah.
Okay.
D&D minis, and I got an owlbear, and I'm very happy about it.
It's a very cute owlbear.
I love him. He's so derpy looking. And he's a big one, too, so he's huge.
Owlbears are big.
Well, no, this is like, you know the mystery packs where they give you like the one bigger one
Yeah.
and the little ones? This is an extra big owlbear.
Oh, gotcha. That is a large
It's
classification.
kind of hard to tell,
Yeah.
but he's
It's a large owlbear as opposed to
I
the
love-
medium.
And I have a bunch of dragons. And
I
it's
wonder
cool.
if I could turn into that.
Owlbear?
Yeah.
Because it's a monstrosity, not a beast. Get wrecked, loser. Anyway,
Ugh.
Dang,
sucks to suck, I guess.
savage AF, dude.
so picking up from last time, which was a fair bit ago now, you guys fought another cloak, defeated it, interrogated a city councilman, and discovered the true depths of the terror and destruction that have been happening to this here city of Lathander. You guys sat down and decided to finally hatch a plot as to what happens next, which is to break into the Red Keep via one of the giant sentinels that guards the gates of the city. Your new friend, Balthazar, the merchant. Oh my god, Pearl. Balthazar, the tiefling merchant, was revealed to have had a hand in creating them, at least at some point, or at least in the current programming of them, and offered to assist you in changing their minds as to the mechanical dragon that is currently guarding the keep. Along the way, you all discussed how to best get into the keep itself, whether or not to ride the sentinel or teleport in via teleportation circles, or use the hidden entrance that was told to you by the city councilman down in the sewers. However, the only person who could get you through the sewers is the small girl who you had all become friends with, that Commander Vondra refused to allow go with you. Phaedra, upon doing a bit of insight checking and realized that this girl, who for Tiandra, man, my brain is quiet. Tiandra and your old friend Perrin shared more than a passing resemblance, both in personality and in features. But have not really confronted on that yet. Mm-hmm. So, you guys settled in for a long rest before journeying up the towers to activate one of the sentinels and to begin your assault on the Red Tower. So,
did we actually start that, or
you're finishing a long rest?
Okay, because I want to do my thing where I make my band-aids for everybody again.
Sure, you have to do that at the end of your long rest. So,
yeah.
All right. So, how many of those can you make again?
I can make 12, if I recall.
All right.
Because I can make 6.
6 per short rest, and technically we're
twice a day. So.
Twice a day. So yeah.
So I'm going to make my 12 band-aids.
All right, you make your 12 bandages. the ones that were already handed out to people have faded away.
So our party is how many? It's
7.
7. So give everybody 1. Who's most likely to get hit? Who doesn't have like healing abilities or potions or anything on them that would? Okay, so I'll give 2 to Nyx.
I can take the not one.
Okay.
I can take only 1.
Okay. Sorry. So 1 for Aramil. I'll give 2 to Trev because he generally tends to take a lot of hits.
Trunks is probably a similar situation.
Yeah.
Trunks waves off the second one and goes, "I'll forget to use it."
That's fair. Say again?
I'll take Stumpies.
Okay, so 2 for Sai. Balthazar, oh, right. I'm going to make sure I give these out before Balthazar joins up with us because Aramil tried to sell them that one time.
No, I believe you tried to sell them.
I did not. No. Oh, not me. Marleman sold them.
No, it was you.
No, I didn't sell the Band-Aids. He sold the Band-Aid that I gave him to Balthazar. It was not me. I did not try to sell it to Balthazar.
I will go back.
Right on this one.
Okay. I will go back and check the tape after this segment. But yes, someone swindled Balthazar out of some money by giving him fading away potions.
Okay, so, and then Marleman.
We did it to us.
All right, so I'll figure out the numbers. Everybody else do what you do.
For a dog. What are you doing?
Oh. Well, if a dog's not peeing on the carpet, we'll see the response to that in a second. What about the rest of you guys? What are you doing before you find your companions?
Getting ready to save the forest.
Okay. This is gearing up to your big forest saving moments. So
Yeah, I'm ready.
you can feel it. You can feel it in your bones. You're ready for this.
You're down for this.
I'm getting rooted.
Oh, God. Nyx, what about you?
I guess I can try a lock.
Okay. You finally picked the silver lock.
Silver.
Yeah, it was bronze, iron, silver, and gold. You're onto the gold lock, which means you're on to a DC of that much. Okay. Let me know what you get.
Hold on. Sorry. One of my managers first time's closing by himself, and he's confused by a dumb thing. 1 second.
Not a problem.
I like that. Okay. Where are you? There we go. Can't roll this on a bit.
Roll them on pop.
Okay, so. First I roll for dexterity, right?
So it's a sleight of hand check.
Oh, sleight of hand. Okay.
Yep. Plus your proficiency twice.
Oh, all right. I roll a crit 1.
It's an automatic fail, and this is the first time that you crit failed one of the locks.
Yep.
As you are going to pick it, and your mind is thinking about the day ahead or the evening ahead, and kind of gearing up for what's coming next. You're not really paying attention to your hands, and you notice you're on the wrong lock.
Oh,
And you have actually resealed the silver lock.
Oh no!
Of course I do.
Jesus.
All right.
I'm
so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Okay. Nyx just kind of like puts her head on the table. I think while she does it, and just sighs.
To be fair, it's only been like a week of in-game time where you've been working on that one silver lock, so
a long time.
All right. Is there anything else anybody else wants to do before beginning?
Yeah, I want to try that earring. implant one more time to contact the Fae.
Okay.
Oh.
How far from Phaedra are you?
No, from Phaedra? I don't know.
Yeah. How far from Phaedra are you? Are you on the boat? Are you getting off the boat?
I'd be on the deck. Just
Okay.
kinda,
You put your finger to your ear and try and contact the Fae, and there's no response.
okay.
Just that weird buzzing still.
Okay.
This gave you a pretty big hint as to what's going on
Yeah,
there.
no shit.
Yeah.
To be fair, you have seen the item, and the item has been explained to you, so you can go ahead and make an intelligence check to see if you realize what's happening.
Okay. That is 11 plus 14.
You know that the interference is magical, and you vaguely remember something about an object around that may cause magical interference between people attempting to scry and contact you.
Yeah.
But that's it.
I just can't put my finger on it.
Can't put your finger on what's going on.
Because I'm fucking smart.
Would I have attuned to that at this point?
Entirely. You've been wearing it for about 12 hours.
Okay, I wasn't sure if I had actually said I had attuned it or not. So
You'd said before when you were running to the battle that you had placed it on,
right,
and were attempting to attune to it. By the time you had returned from your battle with the shrouds, it had become attuned and activated.
Okay.
If you want to make an intelligence roll to figure this out, go right ahead.
Yeah, all right.
You've at least tried to talk to them since yesterday, I believe, once. So.
Natural 20.
Yeah.
Countering my
Upon seeing Sai stomping around his finger to his ear, just kind of growling under his breath about not being able to contact everybody, you go, "Oh, this is my fault.
Oops.
I shouldn't tell him that."
Can I go to Balthazar and ask him if there's an on-off switch for this thing?
Okay. You walk up to Balthazar, who's like preparing himself up on the deck of the ship. He's wearing slightly different robes that are a little bit tighter. You can see now that he's, the roundish form that he had is still very true, if hard still due to the tiefling nature of his body. His robes have been turned into short sleeve robes as opposed to long billowing sleeves. And he actually has 2 daggers mounted to his sides. He turns to you, walk up. "Ah, yes, fellow tiefling, how can I help you this evening?"
So this ring that prevents scrying, is there like an on-off switch? Can I like turn it on and off or do I have to like
Take it off?
Will it still be attuned to me if I take it off, or will I then have to reattune?
You'd have to reattune, but...
Okay, and what's the range on this, do you know?
30 feet.
30 feet? Okay, thank you very much. Alright, I'm gonna go find Sai.
Okay.
Alright, hey Sai.
Yo, what's up?
I figured out why we can't contact the Fae. Because this ring that's preventing me from being scryed on, hopefully, by the bad people probably is gonna make interference with other people trying to communicate with us.
Son of a bitch, I knew there was something.
I don't want to take it off for fear of bad things happening. So Balthazar said it's 30 feet. So if you get 30 feet from me, you want to try letting them know what's going on and give them a heads up.
So you stay here. Don't move.
I will stay here. I will not move. I will go in my room. Okay.
All right. So you make your way off the boat and hit the ground. As you walk a little bit towards the center of the street, suddenly you feel like this, it wasn't quite a headache, but more of just like this nagging itch that you hadn't even noticed in the back of your brain suddenly vanish.
Okay.
What do you do?
I'll try to contact Oberon.
Okay. You ignoring the bite in the back of your ear, instead set a hand to the base of your sword and reach out and very quickly make contact. as with every time that you speak with Oberon, he does not allow you to view it through his eyes or view what he is seeing. Instead, you see him, both of you, in fact, sitting in simple wooden chairs in a light blue room, no real featureless, no real features anywhere. My apologies. So he looks at you and goes, "So you found a new way to contact me?"
Yeah, this is very you.
That's better than letting you know who listen in on everything we talk about.
I got you, boss.
So, what are you and your merry gang off to?
I gotta say, these people are fucked up.
Yes, we're well aware.
Yeah. In case anybody's trying to contact us, one of us has a magic item that prevents anyone from contacting or scrying on us, so...
That will alleviate some concerns among the court. I will decide whether or not it's worth sharing.
Well, here's something else you might want to consider worth sharing. This group's planning to make an alliance with a bunch of her followers.
Any particular reason?
There's what they consider a more dangerous foe here. The Lady of Bones, the one who's taking over the city.
Well, you and I both know the truth in that statement. Use your best judgment.
That when our common foe has fallen, they will try to turn Trevathan.
Reasonable.
I know you told me to wait until I've noticed anything. Is that still my standing order?
Still and always will be. Use your best judgment. Know who is expendable. Know who is not.
Sure.
Make the right move.
Is there any assistance you might be able to send me if I get into a scuffle?
You have all the assistance I can offer, and you know that.
Can't hurt to try.
Something I respect in you, Sai. The willingness to at least ask.
Yeah.
Rather than just grovel and bend to your feet. By the way, how goes with your collection?
Slow. Haven't had lack of material, lack of time to make anything, but...
Well, I'm excited to see what you come up with next.
Me too, boss. Me too.
Well, best we depart. Good luck on this situation, and if they do choose to align briefly with her followers, follow along. Keep your hand close, and if it seems more than what is willing, you know what to do.
You got it.
Good luck. And the connection fades. The sword under your hand almost feels red with hunger. And you are quite excited to see what the rest of the evening takes you. Especially what you get to swing at.
Oh, yeah. I just walk back talking my sword, soothing it.
Okay.
Pumping it up.
Okay. Anything else anyone wants to do?
I'm going to wait till the whole group's around to let them know about the ring as well.
Okay. The message is passed to everybody once everyone gathers up on the deck. As you all are kind of shifting your feet and waiting, a nervous-looking man in brown leather armor with a long spear, Elvin, walks up to all of you and says, "Good evening. I'm Gatekeeper Shen. Commander Vondra said you all needed passage up to the top of the gate. I am here to provide."
Great. Excellent.
God, I hope you're more reliable than the last person she sent us.
I've heard that the bar has been set very low.
Yeah.
And I will assure you that I will complete my duty exactly as it has been requested of me, and I will get out of your very capable way.
You know how to
Seems better than the last one. That's for sure. Did the last one make it out alive? I forget.
Nobody has seen him since.
Yeah. You don't know.
Has he checked in with you since?
Nope. It's Arnold has never shown up, so we don't know.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yes.
It's not on us. Anyway. So yeah, I guess if the 7 of us and then Balthazar and then this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Balthazar claps his hands together and goes, very exciting. First time I've been really a part of combat before
Oh, yeah.
in a while. A quick word of warning, by the way. I mentioned up there that the guards, the sentinel guards up there, well, there's really only one. And I didn't build him. Nobody knows who did. He kind of came with the city. He's been here longer than most people know. Therefore, I'm not really sure how he works. So, be careful. Try not to die.
Try not to die.
That's a good part of any plan involving us.
That's all you got.
I do need you all to distract him long enough for me to modify the memories of the giants, and also, please don't die.
We will try very hard not to.
Appreciate
I'll tell
it.
you what, Balthazar. Are there any spells like shields that you can cast on us that'll help us along the way? Since you'll be
Not much of a buffer.
I didn't think so.
Besides, if he's doing concentration on modify memory, most of his strong ones wouldn't be useful anyway.
This is true. The lady knows a bit about the arcane arts. Yes, unfortunately, most of my spells are pomp and circumstance as opposed to build up.
He's a shower, not a grower.
I'm a big fan of the explosion. the grand finale, one might call it.
Oh, okay.
Anyway. How long will it take before we get over there versus how, like, because I've got Death Ward, but that's an 8-hour spell, so I'm wondering if I should cast it on someone now or if I should do it once we're done with the Sentinels.
Shen sort of shifts his feet and he goes, well, it'll probably take us about 45 minutes to get to the circle point. And then from there, it's just a quick pop-up to the top of the wall, and then however long it takes you guys to get that big a lug moving.
So just to be clear on something, it is get that thing active and then full-on go time.
Mm-hmm.
That's what was told to me by Commander Fondra.
How exactly are we going to get there again? Do we decide to take the sewers? Or are we riding this bad boy?
The goal is we're going to try to ride on the Sentinels, and then I've got polymorph so we can turn some people into larger flying creatures that can take the rest of us who can't go on the Sentinel and then make our way over. Was the original plan. And then the teleportation circles were also an option, and the sewers were like a last-ditch effort if we really can't.
I mean, the Sentinels probably can carry all of us, right?
Certainly.
I mean, it's a matter of whether we can be delivered safely more than whether it can physically carry.
I've seen I haven't really seen that dragon from a distance. I can't say I've seen it up close yet. I can say that the Sentinel can definitely hang with the creature, but whether or not it could win or how long the fight will take, even I don't have the best guess for that situation.
And if we're on the Sentinel when it starts to fight the dragon, that's not a good
It's the Tsunos.
We should flying creatures then, as many people as we can. And teleport others.
Because Aramil can turn into a flying thing. I've got the polymorph spell that can turn either myself or someone else into a flying thing. And then there's everybody else goes on the Sentinels, basically, or on the one or the two of us.
Yeah, just make sure you don't use all your spells.
Yeah, that's just one beast form for me, so fine.
Do you guys want to turn up your camera a bit, by the way, because we're still only seeing... There we go.
Pearly.
We are seeing the sleeping Pearl, and it was adorable, but...
All right.
I think it kind of depends on how well the getting of the Sentinel goes, so we shall find out once we get there. Trying Trev, would you like me to cast Death Ward on you? Or should I wait until maybe later? Because
we can wait until the situation develops a bit.
How long does a spell take to cast?
Death Ward takes 1 action.
Oh, wait then.
Huh. Fantastic.
And it lasts. It lasts 8 hours. It's not a concentration spell. The first time the target drops to 0 hit points. Instead, it just drops to 1.
Yeah, we'll see how things are looking.
Okay, all right. Just give me a heads up if you need it.
I'm sure we'll be able to get a little bit of a lay of the land before things get too completely out of control.
Gotcha. I gotta see what the range of my polymorph can be, so I'm gonna go grab my monster manual.
All right. So, you all are led off the ship and onto the gangway, and are led to the right in a slightly different direction from the way you guys have come through the past few days, and towards the furthest east part of the well. As you begin your journey, a few of the soldiers you pass kind of stand and salute. It's a quieter evening here in the Seaport District. It's probably about 8 o'clock, maybe 9. They seem to know what you're all off to do and what that will signal for the coming of the rest of the day, and give you the respect that they feel you've earned for it. Shen continues to lead you guys for about 15-20 minutes through the warehouses and whatnot. You pass the first warehouse where Tiandra had found you guys and stashed you away when the 3 cloaks had jumped you in the middle of the night. Before leading you to a relatively small outcropped building built into the wall. Rickety door that's been broken open at this point. The inside has been ransacked and looted. Whatever gear was in there was pulled out. This definitely looks like it used to be a guardhouse. There are no bodies. It has, at the very least, been cleaned of those. Hello, Morgan.
Yay! Hey, Morgan.
Sorry it took me so long.
No problem, buddy. You currently have 1 of Phaedra's fancy bandages.
Mm-mm.
Morgan has 2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Remember, I didn't get any to Balthazar.
That's right. And Shen leads you inside the outhouse itself, or the guardhouse itself. He kind of makes his way into the back, gesturing all of you to kind of stand out of the way for a bit as he opens up a concealed door in the back, pressing his hands along the side of a ridge. And opens into a well-lit stone chamber, lit by 3 blue sconces hanging throughout the walls. And on the floor of the chamber is a black and green paint circle put onto the white marble. The symbols and the trajectory you can't really make heads or tails of, even those of you with arcane training. But a few of you do recognize this as a short distance teleportation circle, the kind that can be used as a very basic sort of magic, as opposed to a longer distance, which requires much more energy. Shen sort of gestures all of you into the room and goes, all right, let's get this show on the road, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Rock and roll.
All right. Balthazar kind of steps in after all of you and goes, well, hopefully the top of the wall is as quiet as it was down here. Oh, here's hoping. At which point you feel it's a smaller room, definitely built for usually maybe 1 or 2 guards to head up at a time. So the 8 of you packed into it are a little cramped. You see the door from behind Balthazar kind of shut. You hear Shen's voice from the other side of the door go, hold on, I promise! And then all of you feel warmth radiating up from the ground. It's a very nice feeling of warmth, a soothing heat that radiates upwards from specifically the green parts of the paint. The black just seems to be there for design, but it's the green parts that have the true power in them. And Aramil, you particularly feel very comforted by the presence of this power here. This is a very natural sort of transport spell. This is not a arcane-based one at all.
I like the color choice, too.
Hmm?
I said I like the color choice, too.
You hear from behind the door, "Didn't choose it!" As all of you are like, okay, this is... You'll vanish. And a few of you who have never been up this high, Marleman, you've never really been up this high except on a mountain. Trev, you spend a lot of time underground, so heights in you are not usually friendly. Feel the difference in altitude almost immediately. Trunks almost has to drop to a knee as you guys land.
Woozy.
The air is thinner. It's colder. Top of the wall is very high up, and the door to this sanctum has already been left open. And as opposed to down below, where where the guardhouse have been cleaned, this one has not. There are still a few fallen forms in various states of decay, as well as more mechanical forms. You see small metallic legs and arms, the occasional torso and head strewn about this guard station.
Oh boy.
Not awesome.
Hmm?
Not awesome.
No.
Balthasar sort of looks around and goes, "Well, as I guessed, it doesn't look like anybody's been up to the top of the wall since things went bad."
Yeah.
He was great. Kind of.
Maybe that's for the best.
Does
Really?
anyone have pass without a trace?
I do, I think.
I suggest if we want to try to be sneaky.
Okay. Wait, I can only do it on myself?
No, it's cast on the group.
Yeah, it's some
Oh, yeah. Yeah, all right, I'll do that. I'll hook that up.
Okay. Everybody make a stealth check and plus 10. Phaedra with disadvantage.
But my plus one because of my thingy.
Yep.
Clank, 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 clank.
Clank,
It's
clank,
okay.
clank.
Okay, well, I got 11.
And Trev, I believe your Armor of the Serpent has some
I've got
fancy...
stuff, yeah.
I didn't suck.
Are we dim or dark?
Nature?
It is evening, so it is dim.
Oh, I'm fantastic. So I'm almost as good at this as Leaf is right now.
All right.
I rolled a 19.
So 19 plus 10, or
What do you mean?
you rolled a
Yeah, plus
19?
10 from Pass Without Trace.
Oh. Hold on. Wait, what was the pass without a trace? Is that nature? Is that what you said?
What?
It's a
It adds-
spell that
it adds
Ryan,
plus
that Aaron will
10.
cast that gives you plus 10 to any stealth checks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, then make that a 16. Or 17, I'm sorry.
So a 27?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I totally misheard what you were saying.
But you also get your stealth score on top of it.
Oh. Well,
So it's
I don't remember
29.
what that is.
Mhm.
Yes, that sounds like it's good enough.
Okay. Trev, what'd you get?
26.
26. Phaedra.
22.
That's not bad.
Oh,
Sai.
wait, I have advantage.
Oh, I rolled an 11 as my lower number.
Never mind. 26.
Okay. Sai, what'd you get?
Sorry, 28.
28. Armel.
16.
Jeez. Rough roll. And Nyx.
35. Huh?
Too
All
many.
As usual. Oh, right. I have to roll 4.
A little, like, profound trash garbage.
Cool. Oh, good. Don't worry. Trunks is joining you in the not so great club there, Armel. He got a 16. Pardon me. Oh, heavens. You all make your way out of the guard tower and survey the wall in front of you. Directly to your left is the inside of Lathander, seen from above for the first time for many of you. It really is a beautiful city when it's not full of undead miscreants.
Can I take a second to just like look over the forest and like just shed some tears?
Sure.
You just gonna cry.
You walk the about
like Frodo cry from like Lord of the Rings.
you walk the about 30 feet to the opposite end of the wall. That's about the width of the wall itself. And look out over it and see that the forest is still getting further and further away, and the ground in between is getting more and more blighted. But it is still standing, and it hasn't quite hit your tree yet.
Oh, Gary.
Yes.
Just because it's been long enough that I don't remember. We saw the mechanical dragon. Did we see what kind of attack it did? Like what? I forget what
it
did.
Used some sort of fireball spell.
Fireball spell. Okay.
A green fireball that was directed and controlled.
Okay.
All
right.
It was less of a spell and more of a
like a breath weapon, like a dragon.
Like a breath weapon.
Yeah, it was more like a dragon breathing the fire.
They have a.
Not really speaking in D&D terms anymore, or in real world or character terms anymore, I guess. But yeah, it was kind of like a breath weapon, Heather.
Good old breath weapon.
I just didn't remember if it had physically done any attacks like with its body, or if it had done like.
Staff.
Thank you.
A little dragon staff.
Yeah, a little dragon staff. Thank you.
Yes.
Right. I had an idea, but I could not remember something, and because it had been just long enough, and I did not write down a note on it.
Yeah. Yes, it had used some sort of breath-based attack.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Yes, Trev.
I can't ask that question. That's really cool. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Go on.
No, what's up?
It's forever an out of character question that I've been meaning to ask for a long time since we found out about that thing.
Which is
that I never asked. Does anybody know Shatter? I don't think. It's just curious.
Oh, I don't think I can.
That's a bummer. All right, moving on.
Does bonus damage against constructs.
Or it's a construct fucking up thing.
Yeah, it is the anti-construct spell. But no, I don't believe any of your party can learn it, as it is a wizard spell.
Kick ass. Let's do this.
Is it?
Yes.
I mean, wizards and sorcerers
nope.
use the exact same spell.
I can totally teach myself it.
Oh.
Wizards and sorcerers both use the arcane spellbook. They're identical, or at least damn near identical. Also, Heather's coming.
5 minutes.
Yep. We lost Heather.
Yep,
All
it's
right.
a second level evocation.
That California internet.
Yeah. Shame you didn't memorize it for today.
Yeah, well. Actually, it's even harder for sorcerers to change their spells.
Yeah. Like
Not
it's,
even teleport.
I haven't rested since, right?
you just took a long rest.
If we're playing like letter of the law rules, even for a sorcerer, technically that's not even when you can do it. You have to level up to change your spells, but I don't think
Yes.
we've ever played that way.
Oh, is that true?
Mm-hmm. Sorcerers get new spell or can swap out their spells at every level up.
Oh, damn.
Druids, and someone else, clerics.
Wizards can do it as well. Clerics can do it as well.
Well,
Wizards
I'm sorry.
take a little bit of work, but druids and clerics know all of their spells at all times. They just need
Yes.
to actually prepare them day by day.
yes, clerics know a certain amount of spells. They have a book,
Can I learn
but they can swap out that book at short rests.
Oh, yeah.
Sorcerers, because it's innate, it's a little bit weirder. Anyway, so you guys are at the top of the wall. It's about 30 feet across from end to end. The center of the wall, so to speak, where the sentinel is standing, and you could see the edge of the two heads of the sentinels from where you're standing, looming on the edges of the wall. It's probably about a half a mile walk from where you are along the wall.
All right.
Oh, there's Heather.
Sorry, our wireless has been dropping occasionally. It's really weird.
Earthquakes, it happens.
Mm-hmm.
Did I miss anything important? Did Trev ask anything earth-shattering?
No.
That's a really funny choice of words, though.
Oh no, she knows what she did.
All right, sorry about that. I'm back.
Yep. Okay. So did Emily fall asleep?
Their mic is off.
Yes, their mic is off. True. Okay, they know. Cool.
Okay.
It's good.
Because Pearlie's whining and being a pain in the booty.
Who knows?
Anyway.
Anyway, I'll leave the face.
No.
Anyway,
Sorry,
so you
Emily
guys.
was on the phone.
Oh, gotcha. So you guys begin to make your way down the wall towards the Sentinels. Balthazar is sort of hanging back a bit, sort of surveying some of the bodies of both people and these mechanical bits that seem to be laying around. Just kind of glancing here and there, occasionally picking up a mechanical hand and kind of bending the fingers a bit before tossing it, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Anything useful up here?
Roll an investigation check.
Cool. Investigation is 17.
Okay. You've certainly never seen these this type of human-based automata before. You've seen, constructs before, but they're usually much larger, much bulkier. These are slim designed and built to look more humanoid. So you are actually quite interested in some of the joints and the filigree on them. So you snag yourself a hand and a finger and a leg as you go. And have Trunks toss it in the bag for you.
Can I just give him like an eyebrow, like...
Might come in handy. You never know.
Did you say that with a hand in your hand?
Yes. Pointing
Okay.
the finger at her,
Give Trunks
Okay.
a hand.
gesturing.
Mm-hmm.
Trunks kind of picks up a hand, looks at it, bends the fingers down to a middle, points it up, points it at you, Fader, and goes, Andy.
Just kind of shake my head and...
This is my revenge for Earth Shattering.
I'm kind of keeping an eye out for any, like, Sid...
Oh, it's gone again.
No.
Oh, sigils. Yeah, she's gone. All right, we'll find out what sort of things that Phaedra's keeping an eye on in a couple seconds. Is there anything else anyone wants to do during your half-a-mile walk towards the Sentinels?
Just keeping an eye out for danger.
Okay. Which way are you keeping your eyes? City or empty space?
I communicate to the party that we should watch for both.
Okay. Who is watching which?
I'm keeping my eyes on the forest.
Okay.
I don't think
I'll
they
keep an eye on the open space.
Okay.
can watch it all pretty much.
Okay. So Aramil and Sai, you guys kind of keep your eyes on the forest and the empty space. The rest of you guys kind of keep your eyes trained on the city. As you guys are making your way across, Sai and Aramil, especially you, Aramil, with your very, very, very high passive perception, you notice those purple orbs of light that you had seen before, almost a couple days ago now. Didn't activate trap. Well, we'll get to that. You see these purple orbs that you had seen before that had then seemed to transform into demons last time you were making your way across the open land. You see a few of them skirting through the no man's land, but none seem to be approaching the wall at the moment. From side, line of movement. Thank you, Craig.
Here to help.
Helping. Towards city side, no real change throughout the city. You see a few bits of movement down by the waterfront, where you had just left, where soldiers are busily moving across. The tower Who's got the sharpest eyes of people looking at city side? It's probably
Specialist eyes. How do you determine it?
who's got the highest passive perception?
I'm a 13.
13, so
Same.
not Marleman. You also don't have dark vision, so
Doing good.
doing great, human boy.
With the advantage of having dark vision, I'm better than him, but not great.
What are you at?
13 as well.
13. Okay. Nix, what's your passive perception? Oh, you're on the phone again.
I am so sorry. If this does it again, I will go directly plug my laptop into the router, so that way it doesn't do it again.
Sounds good. Sorry, what's your passive perception there, Em?
13.
13 as well. Okay. And Phaedra, what's yours?
My passive perception?
Yes, I need your passive perception.
14.
Okay, and then I also need you to roll a regular perception check, since you're the one checking for traps.
While she's doing that, can you give me a quick 1-2 of where we are? Because I'm kind of behind still.
You're going to turn on some sentinels to make it go fight a dragon, so then you guys can break into the red tower.
Okay.
After seeing these like ghouls or whatever they were that were chasing us coming towards the wall, so I think, are we gonna leave one of the sentinels here? Because I'm worried that those guys are gonna come in if we take both the sentinels away, right?
That was the plan. We were leaving one here and then just leaving the other with us, if I recall.
Just making sure.
Yeah,
'Cause there's-
17, by the way.
Okay. You don't notice any trip lines, any trip wires, any runes that could lead to a trap here. All of you sort of looking out over at the city, don't see much. Looking at the keep, it's a little cloudy this evening, so the top of the keep is a little clouded up. Don't see anything over there. No sign of the dragon anywhere. It's a pretty quiet night.
All right, should we
Too quiet.
start trying to do stuff then?
Doing nothing. I'm just chilling
We're
out.
on our way, right?
Yep. Let's
Yeah.
All right.
cautiously press on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keeping an eye out. I'm trying to be very vigilant about not stepping on anything.
Okay. I'm actually going to wrap it up soon for the evening because my gut and my fever are coming back very strong.
Oh no.
Yay.
Gotta love that shit. But that's fine because you guys make your way to the rest of the half mile to the Sentinel without incident. You start to pass less and less of the bodies, both elven and mechanical, as you get closer to the Sentinels.
Nice.
But you do see less and less as you go.
Can I tell if they had been fighting each other and that's why they died?
Roll an insight check.
That's not going to do it.
Okay. No, you cannot. You can tell that the elves were struck down by swords, and you can tell that the automata probably also got struck down by swords, and that's about it.
Cool.
They definitely didn't like fighting.
How close are these automata to us?
They are relatively close.
So you would say they're near?
Nah, they're
Fuck you.
close.
So much.
Sorry.
Near still implies some distance. You're almost walking on these
So
things.
it's like ending F?
I would fucking hate you.
I'm really glad that you're so happy with that joke. I'm really happy that you're happy.
That's all. Sometimes they're just for me.
Sometimes.
No, you shared that
Sometimes.
one. That one you shared.
And you guys make your way to the base of the back of the Sentinel. As you're approaching, you see maybe 25 feet away this sort of stone box set into the top of the wall, directly behind the main gate. It just seems to be a stone cube sitting there, maybe 15 feet tall, 10 feet across. Completely featureless, completely edgeless or seamless as well.
Huh.
Just sort of a type of cube. Balthazar gives it a very quick look of like, so that's not going to be fun in about 20 seconds.
What's in the box?
What's in
The
the
Guardian.
box?
I'm guessing the Guardian, yeah.
The Guardian, once it notices me messing around with this, is going to come after us. It's going to break through that box very quickly. Sorry.
Wait, before he does that, I have
My turn, so it's fucking-
a sanctuary that I can cast on him.
Okay.
So that way, where is it? Ward a creature within range. It's a 30-foot range. Anyone who tries to hit them with an attack must first make a wisdom saving throw. So this way I can keep him protected.
Okay. While
he's doing his thing. And then we're going to go to our stuff.
Sounds good. So to give you guys an idea of what you're looking at, it's a 30-foot wide
hold on.
corridor.
What about that? That's a minute.
And he said the spell would take about 2 minutes to cast. So
I'm gonna have it ready.
Yeah.
And then
to give you guys an idea of what you're looking at, and granted this won't be important until next week. It's about a 30-foot long corridor, stretching distances in either direction. So you don't have to worry about ranges either behind or in front of you. 25 feet directly in front of you is this 15-foot tall, 10-foot wide cube that Balthazar still do all to keep an eye on. Balthazar has shuffled his way to the far edge of the wall to begin casting the spell on the Sentinel. How would you guys like to position yourselves?
First, I say, Balthazar, wait, let us prepare until we say go.
I know how to do this, okay? Just...
We don't, so...
Yeah.
Because... Go as slow as us.
I cannot.
I'll be in the middle of our group so that way I can get to basically anybody if they need healing.
I have a question. I have a general question.
Yep.
How useful, say I earth tremored in front of the crew in between us and the giant guy, how useful is it to have like a rocky terrain or something like to slow this guy down a little bit?
You have no idea. You don't even know what this thing is.
Yeah, I don't even think we know how it's going to move yet.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that just yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to move to the side and summon my Earth Elemental.
You're going to spend a minute.
Yeah. That's why I told him to wait.
Better to do it now. I'm going to stand cube side and draw my weapon and be ready.
Okay. So you are at the front. Are you moving closer to the cube or staying the 25?
I'm just going to stay with the crew, but
okay.
Be cube way.
Okay.
I'll be behind Trev,
okay.
but kind of keeping myself so that way I can kind of get to everybody if they need healing or whatever.
Okay.
Level with Treb to our collective right as far to the wall as I can and summoning the elemental in front of me.
Okay.
Just shuffle Trunks over to the other side of me.
Yeah. Trunks is on your left.
Sick phalanx of dudes.
Yep. Trunks is on your left, pressed against the wall that leads towards Lathander.
Okay.
I guess I'd be kind of close to Phaedra.
We can be in back ranks.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna take a step forward, but I mean, we got a lot of meaty dudes, so
yeah.
I'll just hang in the back.
Right.
I think you buffing and damage dealing this fight will be pretty good from the back.
Yep. I'm good at that.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Where Aramil and Nick's gonna be.
I'm gonna be in the back with Marleman, and can I conjure a creature?
I'm gonna fucking murder you. Sure, what?
Just one.
What do you want?
Allosaurus.
One dinosaur.
I just want one. It's just one dino. One dino
roll
boy.
a wisdom check.
You're a monster.
Why? It's credit rating 2 or lower.
Roll a wisdom check.
Just one dino boy.
What if I choose something lower credit rating?
It's credit rating. Nice.
Whatever.
Challenge rating is what you're looking for. Just roll a wisdom check and then I will explain.
Roll a wisdom check?
Yes.
Where's my wisdom? Oh, I'm not good. Yup, no, plus 8. 20.
Okay. You go to summon your Allosaurus, and as you look around and see your friends creating a phalanx, you see the distance between this thing and your guys, you stop and you think about what you're about to summon, and go, there's really not that much space up here for a huge classification monster to be summoned onto this. You could still do it, but it's going to be tight, and it might have some consequences for some of your friends.
Oh,
Please
boy.
don't trust us with a dinosaur friend.
I just put the dino in front of everybody.
I mean, certainly. You can summon it a little bit further up the platform.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yo, dog, this guy is prehistoric.
You do that.
Yeah. Me too.
So you sit the Allosaurus as close to the box as you can.
Yeah.
All right. And Nix?
Behind whoever's closest to me that's big. Probably Trevor Phaedra.
Okay. They're both standing next to each other, so you stand kind of next to Phaedra, sort of behind Trev a bit. All right. I will draw that out onto a Roll20 map for next week.
I did this kind of. I don't know if that's good.
Yeah, that's pretty close. And as Balthazar kind of looks over all of you and goes, all right, we ready?
Wait, is my elemental summoned?
Yeah, elemental's done.
Cool, then I'm good to go.
All right.
Got my
He
sword.
places a hand out. You see his eyes go a deep purple, and a bit of arcane sparks begin to jump off his fingers as the cube in front of you guys shatters almost immediately. One huge strike from this thing's elbows and shoulders, and its cage breaks away. Interlocking plates that cover the entire thing. A head that could be humanoid, if not for the long jutting tusks and the long, almost ventilator-looking snout that sticks out the front of it. No eyes that you can see. Its legs thick like tree trunks and permanently bent forward just to carry the weight of this thing. In its left hand, a cudgel. In the right hand, a whip. As it doosh, doosh,
Cool.
and begins to march towards an Allosaurus, I guess, not really towards the party. Next week, you will
Godzilla versus Mega Godzilla.
next week you will all roll initiative, and we will begin this, what has become a much sillier fight now.
I cast haste on the dinosaur.
We will see if you're able to do that, sir.
Can you
Goddamn
cast
gold
haste on
lighton.
some monster?
I'm gonna cast enhance ability and give that dinosaur bull's strength.
We will see if you're able to. We will see if you are able to do that, sir.
I can't wait for you guys to be hyper disappointed by the abilities of this dinosaur.
Yeah.
Two or lower.
It's gonna be good at falling over.
By the way,
Awesome.
Armo, what's the strength of the Allosaurus?
I can call it up. Just 1 second.
Yes, please do.
It's gonna be awful.
This is going to be the most fantastic shit. And then we'll fight this monster. I cannot wait though.
Dude, he's actually a crazy fucking dino. His strength is 19 plus 4.
Oh no!
19
Oh
has a
no!
+4 modifier, I believe is what that means.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Is he about to get squished?
You'll see next week.
For context, that dinosaur has a strength score that is 1 higher than mine.
What?
So he's stronger than me. I shouldn't be talking shit.
You could also kill that dinosaur bear single hand.
Nah, I want to be friends with the dinosaur. I'm not interested in killing said dinosaur.
Dude, he's
Well, run up it from tail to head, turn around and jump in the air.
I want to ride it like Yoshi, and then as it's about to die, I want to jump off of it so that I don't fall in a pit.
Yeah.
That's roughly my plan.
I'm really hoping that what this thing wants to do first next week happens,
Oh god damn.
because it would be really good.
We're just trying to buy time.